This is a paid program. JJ Publicidad, EMR, and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest.
Are you looking for awareness, motivation, inspiration, or just some feel-good talk radio? If so, you've come to the right place. Dr. Nancy knows how to do just that. With her extensive experience and knowledge, she is dedicated to providing care, health, and wellness information and education to the greater Phoenix metropolitan area and beyond. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Dr. Nancy knows. Starts now.
Hello, and good morning, everyone. You know, this is your celebrity medical doctor, and this is Dr. Nancy Knows. Thank you all for tuning in today. This is the show where we have guests that are experts in their field of industry that come on the show and talk to us about their journey and what they've been doing in the community to give back, as well as celebrity guests. You know, they come on the show from time to time as well, and they have to be doing something in the community that's worthwhile, that's making a difference. Remember, I always say, be the change that you wish to see in the world. It only takes one. Dr. Nancy Knows is multicultural, and it's bridging the gap, bringing unity in this nation that we all need. Thank you. I'd like to also thank my sponsors and supporters of Dr. Nancy Knows, starting with the station here, Emotion Radio, Entre Mujeres. That's Veronica, Javier, and Julian. Really, really love and support everything that you've been doing for our community and for me. Dr. Nancy Knows you do this effortless, and you make me look good every week. I'd like to also thank Maggie's Makeup. She worked her magic on me this morning. Hi, Maggie. Listen, Maggie is available. She's a part of Dr. Nancy's integrative medicine team, and she is for hire. If you like my look, you can hire her out for weddings, quinceañeras, events, anything that you're going to need makeup for. She will do it for you. She's licensed. She is very professional. I love her like a sister. Thank you, Maggie. Our friends at Revision, David Tucker and his team, they are a medical device national distribution. Hi, David. Thank you guys for the support that you've been giving Dr. Nancy. Profit Laser Lipo, Gary Charlson, CEO and founder. Hey, Gary. I understand that you have got some upcoming exciting news regarding adding to your 7D laser body contouring and, yes, inch loss, right? I'm going to give it away a little bit. It's Profit Elite. So, guys, follow us on all social media platforms and stay tuned for our upcoming debut added device that will change your life, right? Change your life. Our guys at Ally Spine Center, that is Dr. Christopher Condon, he's one of my affiliates, as well as Apex Transitional Housing, that is Derek Earl. He is doing the daggone thing in our community at large, and he's going to be a guest on Dr. Nancy Knows as well. We have, we also have the Laser Spine at Sonoma, and that is Peter and Lynn down there in Gilbert, Arizona. Thank you so much for your support. Everyone, I do welcome your comments and your feedback. We have Sherry Jackson that is coming up on the next segment. She is a clinical certified hypnotherapist, and you know Dr. Nancy's integrative medicine is all about bringing alternative holistic treatment modalities to all patrons that wish to seek out other ways to, feel better about themselves, to treat other disorders or issues besides just one way, Western medicine. Yes, 25 years of experience in the medical field I have. I did take an oath to do no harm, and I strongly believe in that. I believe in advocating for all of my patients as well, mind, body, and spirit here, and alternative treatment modalities. It's always great to have options, and a pill sometimes just isn't enough and or is not even necessary. When you can get to the bottom of feeling good about yourself, overall health and wellness, through alternative holistic treatment modalities. Wouldn't you want that? Well, Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine offers that. And Sherry Jackson will be up next to tell you all about everything you ever wanted to know about hypnotherapy. Yes, she has 20 years of experience in the field. Now listen, feedback. We welcome your feedback and comments. We are on all of the social media platforms. We're brought to you live on drnancyknows.com, YouTube Dr. Nancy Knows, Emotion Radio Facebook Live, and Dr. Nancy Knows Facebook. So there is no excuse. You all can chime in and listen to what's going on today. Now listen, I do want to tell you that this morning on my way into the studio, an officer by the name of Officer Chakan pulled me over. Yeah, I got pulled over coming in, and guess what I was doing? I was praying and saying my affirmations, and he said, listen, you know, most people that are speeding are distracted, and what were you doing, young lady? And I said, I was praying. And he goes, okay, well, you know, when you pulled over, you pulled on the wrong side of the road, and, you know, I used my microphone to tell you that you were going to get 2 citations as well. So I just kept praying, everyone. And Officer Shakan walked away with my magazine, SONES magazine. You know, I'm on the front cover for International Women's Month. Yes, it's still Women's National Month here. And I gave him a couple of cards to the radio station and what I do, and he thanked me for my service and gave me a warning. And I thanked him back. And I went on my merry way and continued to pray. And so favor is not fair, but at the end of the day, I will take it all day long. So thank you, Officer Shakan, and I really am grateful for all of the service that you do to protect us and keep us all safe here. Now listen, let's talk about current events. Yes, it is Women's History Month, and this is the last Saturday in the show. And Sherry Jackson, I have a quote for her. This is what she believes in, and I created a quote, and it is, change your mind and change your life. How amazing is that? And she's going to tell you just how that can be done. Also, listen, do you realize that entrepreneurial women are the fastest growing in the industry? Well, we are, and we are still underpaid. We are 80 cents to the dollar to our male counterparts, but we are paving the way, and change is constant. So continue to strive and do all that you do and do it well so that we can continue to get recognized as equal parties in the work field industry, entrepreneurial and all across the board. So kudos to our women. One more thing about Women's Month here. Now, there is a physicist. She is a female physicist, and she's been recognized this month as the inventor of a 3D movie. Her name is Valerie Thomas. Valerie Thomas, a NASA physicist who invented 3D movies. Kudos to Valerie. Also, I'd like to talk about COVID. COVID is still with us, and it will remain with us, but listen, we are all doing our part. I love the human species. It's super resilient. And when we come together and unite, we can do anything that we set our minds to. So we have been practicing social distancing, wearing our masks, and staying home when sick, really most importantly. You know, most of the states have been lifting some of the bans, and, in terms of limits to social gatherings, and some states even has lifted the masks as well. But listen, do your part. If you're not feeling well, stay at home and continue to get the vaccine. So we're all into phase 3. So 1, 2, and 3 was initially our healthcare providers, our first responders, our elderly, and now children 16 and over are now able to get the COVID, as well as many others. So there is Plan Your Vaccine. PlanYourVaccine.com. If you all have smartphones, switch it over to your camera and that QR code will tell you where you can get vaccines all across the United States. So you just tap in what state you belong to, and there's different languages, English, Spanish, and I believe Mandarin as well. So know where you need to go. Most places you will have to have an appointment as well. So cases, again, we're doing wonderfully. I believe 89 million vaccines have been delivered in this country. Still, we do have much still to go. However, cases in the United States, they're starting to plateau, although in the news it says the numbers are still going up, but they're not going up like they used to. So they're starting to plateau off. So continue, everyone. In the United States, 30.1 million cases. Worldwide, 126 million. Deaths was 547,000 in the United States, and then worldwide, 27.6 million. Again, they are starting to plateau, so kudos to you all. Listen, Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine wants to bring to you a new concept of what she's doing. Now, she has the health screenings that include a physical exam for male or female, to include the GYN exam for females, and also simple blood work. But I've partnered with a laboratory that will do nutritional labs that will look at your genetics and how you methylate. And if you don't know what that means, methylation is a major part in how your body processes, how you think, how your body metabolizes food and energy and minerals. So listen, most insurances are accepted. This particular service you can get 4 times a year. So quarterly, every 3 months, you can come in to Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, have your blood work done. It will include a simple CBC, chemistry, all of your nutritional labs, micronutrients, hormonal levels, methylation as well, 4 times a year, every 3 months. And guess what? Specialized vitamins based on your blood work at that particular time can be prescribed for you to take. So if that's not specific enough, that's as specific as it gets. So if your vitamin D level is low, your blood work in this particular program will spit out the amount that you need to get to normal levels for 90 days, and then you come back in to get rescreened for your blood work to see where you are. And so you'll be in constant state of having hemodynamically equal levels so that your body can process and you can be at your optimal health. So that's what we strive for at Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, is improved optimal peak performance in your health and wellness. That's what we do at Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine. NG Cares about you. NG Cares is healthcare memberships that I have developed and revamped as well. I've always offered memberships, but I have my insurance license for the state of Arizona, and I include paycheck protections for individuals and small business owners. NG Cares will provide overall health and wellness visits, immunizations, physical examinations, maintenance of your acute and chronic illnesses on a yearly basis, and then also include short-term disability, hospital bridge indemnity, accident, and life. So that the employers can provide to their employees. So per diem, part-time individuals, it's as good as it gets. So peace of mind knowing that you will be covered if you have an injury, as well as having maintenance of memberships. So I would be your preferred healthcare provider and its affiliates, and that plan includes chiropractic, massage therapy, acupuncture, and maybe even hypnotherapy. So listen, up next we're going to have Sherry Jackson on, and you do not want to miss what she has to say about hypnotherapy. Remember, it's not only what Dr. Nancy knows, but it's who she knows. We'll be right back.
You don't want to miss what's coming up next, because Dr. Nancy knows. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy. Welcome to our clinics. We believe that personalized care and relationship building are the basis of improving health outcomes. At Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, you gain healthcare providers who take the time to understand your health goals and find solutions. We offer optional medical memberships, giving you peace of mind and quality care. We provide both medical and aesthetic services in 2 Arizona locations. We practice the highest standards of patient care. We respect patients' rights. We safeguard patient confidences. We treat patients with compassion. You are invited to call the office to schedule an appointment or online at a time that is convenient for you. Call to schedule 480-669-6452 or visit our website at drnanciesintegrativemedicine.com. Are you a business owner looking for ways to invest in your staff's health? Their well-being is key to a long-lasting employment life. NG Care's healthcare membership packages allow you to leverage pre-tax dollars and applicable tax health incentives. Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy of Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, introducing NG Care's healthcare membership packages to include primary care and injury office visits, management of acute and chronic disease, 24/7 telehealth services, preventative care, labs, immunizations, and chiropractic office visits. You receive discounts on diagnostics and services offered at Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine as a preferred member. Combine this with paycheck protection plans such as accident, short-term disability, hospital bridge, and a life insurance is priceless. 2 plans to choose from, Elite and or Pro. Packages starting at as low as $225 a month. Remember, NG cares about you. For more information, you can go to ngcares.com or call us today at 480-669-6452.
You're listening to Dr. Nancy Knows Radio Talk Show. Ask your questions now. Dr. Nancy is listening.
Hello and welcome back. We have Sherry Jackson up next, and she is a certified hypnotherapist, and I want to give you some information and background about her before she comes on to tell us, what her journey is and why she got into what she's doing and how we can get in touch with her to take part in her services. So Sherry Jackson, she is a certified clinical hypnotherapist and owner of Envisage, Wellbeing. She has over 20 years of experience in the corporate work, leading high-level teams to achieve their goals. In her private practice, Sherry incorporates her corporate expertise and clinical training in an integrative approach, addressing the whole person, and the results are amazing. Sherry's greatest desire is to connect people with their own sense of power using the subconscious mind, using therapies, as well as teaching her clients how to use the power of the subconscious mind and apply it to daily life. This approach has helped clients make changes that they have struggled with to make in their past. When Sherry is not seeing clients in her office in Scottsdale, she is traveling, hiking, cycling, and skiing with her family and friends. Demystify hypnotherapy and discuss how it can help anyone who wants to improve, making a change, or heal. Sherry Jackson. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Such a pleasure.
When I first met you, I just knew that I wanted to connect with you. First of all, your aura is so inviting. You have a smile and your eyes are like, your eyes are to your soul. And it's like, hi, I want to know you. And you honestly, attracted me to you. And when you told me what you did, and this is before I even knew what you did, I said, I want to have you on the show and I want to collaborate with you. So tell us really, hypnotherapy. I know some people are a little bit cautious about that, and they have some questions about it. And even on your website, you talk about the myths of hypnotherapy. But, tell us, your foundation. Who is Sherry?
Oh, sure. I'd like to do that. But first, I have to say, I do remember that meeting, and I felt the exact same way about you. I had that mutual attraction of, this is an amazing, dynamic woman, and I want to get to know her. So it was, yeah. So, who is Sherry? Well, it was a long, really road to hypnotherapy. I spent so many years in the corporate world, and I loved my job. I was really lucky. I had a lot of responsibilities, which I wanted, and the greatest part of my job was always being able to develop people. And I saw that as my bonus, right? The thing that I got to do when I made time for it. It wasn't the core part of my job, but it was the part that allowed me to get everything else done. And through the years, I got burnt out. I really worked myself. I was one of those type A people that was just really driven, really wanted to accomplish a lot, and I didn't take care of myself in the way that I should have. And I found myself in this place that I was waking up in the night, I couldn't sleep, it was just really tough. And so I decided to make a change in my life. And I left the corporate world thinking I was just going to take a 6-month sabbatical, which turned into a few years of traveling, taking all these different kinds of esoteric classes. I took yoga teacher training, I took sound healing, I traveled with the shamans in South America, I went to the temples in Thailand, and it was really kind of funny. Some of my friends were like, you see the irony in some of these things that you're doing? Because the first time I went to a yoga class, I was like, I couldn't relax. I thought I was wasting my time. We were just sitting there breathing. What was the value in that? And so that is really one of the things that first comes to mind that led me to hypnotherapy, because I started doing all these different things, and I realized that hypnotherapy was just so innate to us. And as I looked back, I was really using it without any clinical training in my life for myself, this beautiful state that we can get into to connect to that subconscious part of us that knows what to do and how to do it. And when I got introduced to that, that was really a game changer. And I was like, okay, it's time now. This is my purpose.
Because, you know, a lot of times we get caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle of things, and when we don't make ourselves a priority, we can lose sight and burn out as well. And sometimes we're on a journey, and we thought our initial purpose was this, and maybe it was, but it's time to reinvent yourself and go in a different direction. And I believe that's what you did, and you allowed yourself to be open and to travel into that realm and in that area, and really fall in love with it.
Yes, I did. I've completely fallen in love with it, and I love it watching other people being able to connect to that part of themselves. I know we talk a little bit about demystifying hypnotherapy, right? A lot of people, they've either been in a bar or some kind of entertainment place, right? And the idea is that the hypnotherapist has the control over the person, and that couldn't really be farther from the truth. We would never do anything outside of our own moral compass, and if that was true, then the hypnotherapist would pretty much be running the world, right? Because we could control people, but that is not the case at all. And it's just this being able to connect. I talk about connecting, and using this, we have this belief that we're aware of everything that we do, right? And our subconscious mind is a lot like our autonomic nervous system. Our autonomic nervous system regulates our heart beating, our breathing, our hormones, all of those physiological things that we do not have to think about, right?
That's right.
And it's on 24/7. Well, we have ways of being or programs that are in our subconscious that operate in that same way. And that's when we get stuck, or we can't do something that we want, or we feel we can't, or we can't stop doing something that we want to stop. It's based on these programs that run in the background, and we feel a little bit kind of stuck a little bit, even sometimes crazy, or even weak that we can't make these changes. But it's just because we haven't accessed that part. And once we access that, oh my gosh, things can change. They can change like that. Sometimes it takes some time, and then it's like a door opens up and you go into this whole different place and you can't undo it, and you get to use it even for yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I love the idea of associating the autonomic nervous system it's involuntary, like it just goes and you cannot control it, right? You can't make your heart stop, or you can't make yourself stop breathing. It's all these things that are just automatically being done. And then your therapies program, or they tap into the programs that are running in the background. I love that. Tell us what types of services or uses that hypnotherapy can be successfully used in.
It's really successfully used with habit change. Any kind of habit that we have created or has shown up in our lives, it's great for that. It's really great for anxiety. A lot of people are experiencing anxiety right now, just with everything that's going on, right? It's just everything's become amplified. And it's also great for, making change, which is basically habit change. But I love it so much. Of course, it's not great, if you break your leg, you're not going to use hypnotherapy, but you can use a part of it to manage the pain.
That's right.
It's really something that we can use in all areas of our lives to one degree or another, because it is just so innate. And there's this conception, right, that, I can't be hypnotized.
Yes.
As long as you have an ability to focus and an ordinary IQ, you can be hypnotized. Now, if you choose not to, absolutely, you will not be hypnotized. But everyone enters that hypnotic state at least twice a day. That moment before waking up, and that moment just before going to sleep at night.
Wow.
Or have you ever driven home and wondered how you got there? Well, your subconscious mind knows how to get you there, and so you can use your conscious mind to do other things.
That's amazing. I've worked many shifts in the emergency department, trauma, overnight shifts, going home, and I'm like, how did I get home? And it's amazing that you say that. Now, let's see. Tell us, how long does a therapy session last, and what techniques do you use? Because I know there's a couple different types of techniques that can be used. Which do you prefer?
There are all kinds of techniques, but what I always will start a client out with is I use relaxation. I use relaxation because a lot of us don't even know how to relax anymore. I know I was one of them. And just that ability to get into that relaxed state moves us out of the fight or flight part and into rest and relax and heal into that parasympathetic nervous system. So I use relaxation. There are a lot of other techniques that if we're working with, if we decide to move along and do some other deeper work, there's a lot of other where we can talk to each other and things like that. There are such things as rapid inductions. I don't really ever use those so much, just because I do like that yummy relaxation that people get to have along with the hypnotherapy.
I think that is totally a great combination, because you're right. We live in a society where instant gratification and rush and distracted, and I often say it's an art to listen and to stay present in the moment. But we live in a society that's full of distraction. So the fact that you use the technique of relaxing an individual first, it's like a bonus. It's such a bonus. And, I have so many more questions, but I want to get this out a couple of more times throughout this the show. How does individuals get a hold of you? And, because I've had a lot of great responses to your upcoming show. And please tell individuals how to reach you.
Well, I think my phone number, is it on the screen? You can call or text me. If I don't respond right away, it's because I'm in session and I like to have that personal contact. And I also have a website, EnvisageWellbeing.com. You can contact me through there. And I have an office here in Scottsdale in the Phoenix area.
There it is.
Yeah, there's my website. Great. So yeah, it's really easy. Just reach out, give me a text, give me a call, and then we'll find a way to get together. I always like to offer all potential clients a consultation, and that's a free consultation. And we're going to sit down, or we can meet over the internet, over Zoom, make a phone call, and we're going to spend an hour, and it's going to be really conversational. Gives my clients an opportunity to get to know me a little bit better, and it gets me the ability to get to know what it is that they want to work on, how they process information, and so that I can put together a treatment plan that is going to be specific to them. And also it really primes the subconscious.
Well, that's really great, because giving people some anticipation and also a free consultation before your hypnotherapy session with the certified hypnotherapist, 20 years of experience, free consultation, about an hour, she said, and it primes your subconsciousness to anticipate the upcoming session. How amazing is that? And to give of her time to build a relationship, because that's what has to happen, is build a relationship. Thanks, Martha. Thank you. You have a wonderful weekend too. But, building that relationship, it's very similar to what Dr. Nancy does as well. You really have to connect with your client, and you have to make them feel comfortable in order to convey, to divulge, to break down the barriers, to feel comfortable enough to share with you the concerns and issues that they have. I find it a privilege, and I know that you do too, when someone's sitting in front of you and they're divulging information at their most vulnerable time in their life, that it's a privilege to be able to offer help, genuine help, and know that they're gonna get the best you, right? And so that's another reason why I believe you chose your profession as well, because you found yourself. Good morning, Eva. And you knew that you were a victim of distraction and anxiousness as well. And you discovered how that helped you, and therefore you wanted to help others as well. So that's really, really wonderful. Free consultation with Sherry Jackson, and she can even do a Zoom initially. Now, for the actual session, does a person have to be in person?
No, they don't. We can do it over Zoom. I've done a lot of sessions over Zoom. I love to do sessions in person as well. It's really what the client feels comfortable with. And obviously, if you're not in the local area, then Zoom is the way to go.
Oh my goodness. So listen, you know that this is internet radio, everyone. We are not just broadcasting here in the Scottsdale, Maricopa County, we're not. We are nationwide and international. And Sherry Jackson, certified hypnotherapist of 20 years, can do this session, free consultation, by the way, as well, via telemedicine. So how amazing is that? You just have to think outside the box and realize that, listen, this is a natural thing. There's no side effects to hypnotherapy. And if you allow yourself to be open for this alternative treatment modality for concerns, habits, pain management, anxiety, depression, post-traumatic, smoking cessation, a number of things that you don't have to take medicine for, but Sherry can tap into your subconsciousness. Wow, amazing. I love what you do.
Thank you. I do too. It's so amazing for people to be able to watch and to be honored to have that openness and to be able to provide that safe space for people to listen, and then to see them, once they connect, watching them just take that ball and run. It just warms my heart.
Well, that's really wonderful. I know most people may want to know how many sessions it will take or can take, and I'm sure you're going to say it's going to be variable depending on what the concern is and or maybe even how severe the issue may be.
Absolutely. That's the thing. I don't have a crystal ball, and everybody is unique and different. So And I really believe in the power of suggestion. So if I tell someone that it's going to take 3 sessions or 10 sessions or have a package, then I'm setting an expectation. And my expectation is for you to progress at whatever level you need to progress. So it could be, 1 or 2 sessions. It could be 10. It just depends. And so I leave it really open. I don't do packages. I don't do things like that just for that reason. And it's a really collaborative approach. Usually, and it is progressively, it does continue to work. And some of my clients continue to work with me because it's like having a coach, right? Just that person that is there to help them clarify, get back on track. And so we get to work, sometimes some clients continue to work in different areas.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about maintenance, and you're right, absolutely. If you've experienced Sherry's hypnotherapy or you want to, and you get this breakthrough, right, you would want to maintain that, just like anything else. It's prevention and maintenance is the key to overall optimal health and wellness, right? Mm-hmm. That is wonderful. So then let's talk about, how does an individual pay for your services? What do you accept?
I accept cards, cash.
Health Flex spending cards?
I don't have, not at this time,
Mm-hmm,
not at this,
mm-hmm.
Well, I think the Health Flex cards do work. I just don't do insurance necessarily.
No worries.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So remember, everyone, Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, NG Cares Healthcare memberships, Sherry and I are collaborating to make that a possible service available to you all as well. So certified hypnotherapy, wonderful. Okay, now, listen, tell me about your foundation. How did you become the person that you are? Who has been your mentors?
Oh my gosh, I've had all kinds of mentors and role models, and I have to say, I probably started out with my mom. She is this amazing woman that would always say, you can do anything that you want to. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. And she was a bit of a paradox too. She was this beautiful, striking, model-like woman, and my parents had this excavating company, and she would drive a gravel truck. She didn't love it, but sometimes my dad would be like, I need someone to drive this gravel truck out to the pit. And I can remember, I get this vision of my mom, and she had this pink dress, and it was backless, flipped over the back, and she had white heels on. She's driving this gravel truck, and I was like, that's such an example of, we don't have to be divine just by one thing.
That's so true. Women's strength is supreme. We multitask like no other. God made us special to be a great counterpart to our significant other. And we need to lead by setting an example. We all do. And know that, people are watching, even though you may not think they are. And being the best you can for yourself first, making yourself a priority, filling yourself up first, others get your overflow, right? You want to be the best that you can at all times, but no one's perfect, right? We all have a journey. We all have a journey. And that leads me to my next question. How about pitfalls in your career? Any pitfalls?
Oh gosh, all kinds. Yeah, my first vision was I was in a clinical psychology program, and I got married. We moved from Canada to the States, and so I left my program, and I had this beautiful job to go to the University of Missouri. My work visa didn't come through, so I couldn't take it, and I ended up just taking a job, and it happened to be in a bank, and it changed the course of my life. It wasn't what I thought, and so I ended up in that industry for 20 years, and then I left, took a little, and decided I wanted to go back at one point. And for whatever reason, I couldn't get back in. And I was wondering what was going on. And what was going on was I was not meant to go back. I don't believe in going back. I believe in going forward. And it just opened up this time of reflection, this time of growth, and it really led me to where I wanted to go. I had this vision that I was going to write this big corporate book and change women's lives that way. And I realized now it's going to look a different way. And it's not just women, that I love working with women and men. And so...
Well, that's really great because timing is everything. And sometimes you have, in life, you accomplish a certain point and it's time to change direction and move in another direction. And then recreating yourself and realizing that and maximizing that time and that moment in your life, realizing that, okay, I've gotten all that I need from this and have helped who I need to. Now it's time to move into another direction and certainly be of service, not just to women, but to all of mankind. Listen, we are out of time for this segment, but we will be right back with Sherry Jackson, certified hypnotherapist. We'll be right back.
You don't want to miss what's coming up next because Dr. Nancy knows. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy. Welcome to our clinics. We believe that personalized care and relationship building are the basis of improving health outcomes. At Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, you gain healthcare providers who take the time to understand your health goals and find solutions. We offer optional medical memberships, giving you peace of mind and quality care. We provide both medical and aesthetic services in 2 Arizona locations. We practice the highest standards of patient care. We respect patients' rights. We safeguard patient confidences. We treat patients with compassion. You are invited to call the office to schedule an appointment or online at a time that is convenient for you. Call to schedule 480-669-6452 or visit our website at drnanciesintegrativemedicine.com. Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy of Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine. I'd like to tell you about a service that I offer, ProFit Laser Lipo. Did you know that you could lose up to 2 inches in 20 minutes, no downtime, pain, or surgery? 8 sessions are recommended for maximum results. Call today, 480-669-6452, or schedule online at drnanciesintegrativemedicine.com.
You're listening to Dr. Nancy Knows Radio Talk Show. Ask your questions now. Dr. Nancy is listening.
Hello, everyone. We are back with Sherry Jackson. She is a certified hypnotherapist here locally in the Scottsdale area, private practice, but she does telemedicine. So she can do your free consultation via telemedicine, also your sessions as well. And the types of issues or services that she provides or treatment of disorders are smoking cessation, anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress, habits that will lead you down that weight loss journey that you've always wanted. How about that? Also, even pain management. So after surgery or if you're dealing with an addiction, again, that's a habit-forming thing. She's here, Sherry Jackson, certified hypnotherapist, and we want to ask her a few more questions about education. What does it take to become a clinical certified hypnotherapist as well?
Well, I have my degree in actually accounting and psychology, as well as my training in hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapists can enter into the market just with as little as 100 hours training, but in order to be certified, you have to take that extra training and write some tests and prove that that you're going to provide a whole different level of service. And that's what I chose to do and continue. I always believe in continued education, and I'm always training and learning beyond the scope of that expectation, that qualification.
Well, that's the difference, everyone. If you're ever considering choosing a healthcare provider or an alternative treatment modality, healthcare specialist, really look at their education and years of service and experience that they have, and call them up. And when you do consultations, remember, it's not just the healthcare provider that's kind of getting to know you, but it's you getting to know them as well. And it's those relationship building techniques that really make a difference. So if you feel like you connect with that healthcare provider, then that's the way to go as well. And ask about education, life learning, continuing education, always wanting to stay current on the most relevant and current treatment modalities in their field of industry is always key. Sherry does just that. And Sherry, how does individuals get a hold of you if they want to take part in your services?
They can call or text me. They can get a hold of me through my website. Those are the best ways.
All right. And also, you know, you often talk about the type of induction into becoming hypnotized. You say you use the relaxation technique, and that's such a bonus because we're crazy busy in everyday life and anxiety. You know, we're dealing with COVID and our loved ones and people that we know every day. So what a wonderful technique. And then on your website, you also offer a free meditation part of it as well. So you can kind of prime yourself and get yourself ready before you even have your consultation and or even your hypnotherapy sessions as well. What a great idea.
Thank you. Yes, I think that it's giving back and being accessible is very important to me. It helps me connect as a practitioner, and it also helps us connect as you know, to make the relationship better and to have the results that I really want people to get. I can, you know, I want to do everything that I can do to make a person successful. The rest is up to them.
That's great. Now I understand you do have a family. Any daughters in the family there?
I do. I have my daughter Natalia and my stepdaughter Sierra, and they're both the most beautiful girls in the world.
Yeah. You know, it's Women's History Month. We just have a few more short days in March, and you know, it's Women's Day, History Day, every day really. Women lead this country, and you know, we're always striving for equality. But you know, it takes individuals that are strong in their resolve and want to give back and give of themselves and be the best that they can be in their area of expertise as well. And that's where it all starts, being the change that you want to see and make a difference in the world. Sherry, you're doing just that, and I know that your daughters really look up to you and grateful to have you as a mother.
Thank you.
So tell us the legacy that you see yourself leaving behind.
Oh gosh, my legacy is to really just be that person who's inspired people to really connect to that greater part of themselves in their own power. Sometimes we talk about personal power so much these days that I feel like it's a diluted term, but it's really that core strength, that beauty that they have that is always there. And to just to connect people to that part of themselves is really my greatest desire, and I love it.
Okay. Now listen, have you ever worked with, I really like adjunctive therapies and continuity of care and you know, transitional collaboration amongst healthcare providers as well. Have you worked with other healthcare providers to treat a patient's condition? Yes, give us
I
a
do
scenario.
it a lot. I collaborate with a lot of other healthcare providers, from massage therapists to personal trainers to doctors. They'll say, you know, I've got someone who's showing up in my office and they're really anxious, and it's affecting their health, obviously, and it's affecting their ability to move through treatment. And so, those are the kind of people that I love to work with, who are the true collaborators. There are people out there that say they're collaborators, but not necessarily. And that again, it's connection is always where it goes for me.
It is. You know, tell me what you think about self-development and causative affirmations or affirmations. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a great question. Affirmations they can be tricky, right? Because we see people who are, you know, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. But if you don't believe it, and that's where I feel like I come in, because there's so many people will be using affirmations, and there's this part of themselves that doesn't believe it. And so that's what I love to do. And I think it's so important. I also talk about the words that we use.
Yes.
How important words are. So whatever we say I am, it better be good. not bad. We are calling that in. So really catching ourselves and really, finding when a person's not talking to themselves very well or has these beliefs that you've shown that come up in their words.
Practicing what you preach, your mental health is a priority. I love that, Javier.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Making yourself a priority and practicing what you preach. There are a lot of individuals that are in a profession that are doing so much good and pouring into others, but they're not using what they pour into others to use for themselves. And it really is so much in alignment what you just said is, we can be our worst critics at times, and we can be very hard on ourselves, but you have to learn to forgive yourself. Learn to forgive yourself and know that you're capable of doing whatever it is that you achieve and want to achieve. Okay, so if you believe you can, then you can. If you believe you cannot, you will not.
That is one of my favorite things, my favorite quotes. I think that was Ford, right? Henry
Yes.
Ford, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so true. The power of the mind is amazing, beyond a doubt. But sometimes we have these things in our subconscious, those programs that are running, and that's when things aren't happening right. It means we need to connect to that.
So listen, this is what Sherry is telling everyone, and I think I want some hypnotherapy too, just saying that it will just boost me and boost you because we all have negative thoughts. They come in. Thoughts are very fleeting, but again, you have to be strong, and when they come in, you have to delete them. As soon as they come in, delete them, not give it any energy or entertainment or thought. And hypnotherapy, I've never had it, and I think that I want to. Actually, all these subconscious programs that are running behind the scenes, maybe will give me like, a jump start or just, just an overall different outlook. I mean, my outlook is great. I have this wonderful outlook on life as well, but it's just another therapy that's going to make you better.
Right. All that, like Olympic athletes have coaches, right?
Absolutely.
And they're the best in their field. We all can use that. And I think about it as like a car. Ferraris need tune-ups. And Ferraris actually probably need a little bit more of a special tune-up than just your, Ford Fiesta. So if you're at that high level of performance just as much, we need those tune-ups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So listen, Sherry, we are out of time. An hour goes very quickly.
It does.
But you're going to stick around for our next segment. And now, boost your awareness, thereby increasing your health and wealth. So this part of the show, we talk about things, situations, scenarios, helpful tips on what individuals can use and utilize to boost their awareness about increasing their health and wealth. What do you have for us today?
Okay. My friend Mindy will be laughing at this as I say this, because this is one of the things we can do is I teach all of my clients, and we do even this in the consult, is breathing. That long, deep breathing, really being able to access that. And it's not hard. You can do it anywhere. And I ask my clients to start just putting an hour timer on their phone to allow themselves, and hopefully they can do it 3 to 5 minutes, but if they can only just take 3 long, deep breaths to do it. Don't make it a chore, but really connect with that, because that just the act of that moves us out of that fight or flight into the parasympathetic nervous system. Wow. And then by practicing it every hour, when it hits the fan, you can remember to use it. Right? We need that. We need to have the habit of it to be able to access that. And then another really simple thing is a lot of us focus on what we don't want. Let's focus on what we want, because the power of suggestion, again, right, where we put our energy, what we're putting our thoughts at, is what we make happen. So if I say, don't think of a black cat, we're going to think of a black cat. So think about what it is that we do want. And you don't even have to worry about how it's going to happen. Just think about that.
Wow.
And then use your mind. Visualize it. Those moments when you can rest and relax, just sit there and see yourself doing it. Wake up in the morning and visualize your day going right. Even if you wake up with an achy back or not feeling great, visualize yourself changing your energy, feeling better. Those little things can really do a lot to move you forward and to really, it's the little things that'll change your life. And they can't be a chore because then we won't do them. So make them simple. Don't take a lot of time. And then you start feeling the benefits of doing those simple things, and you kind of find like, wow, life is a little easier.
That's so easy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so in summary, deep breaths for 3 minutes if you can, but do whatever you can and build up to that, because that takes you away from any stressful event, and you can have it in your toolbox to pull out whenever you have that moment. I love it. Speak positively, because if you speak negative, then that's the energy that you're going to attract. So speak positively about a situation, about you. I love it. And then visualization. It can change the energy. So think about your day going wonderfully. Visualize you accomplishing what it is that you set out to do that day. Think about it, visualize it as triumphant. I love it.
And if I can add one more thing, actually, and at the end of the day, you can revisit your day, and if something didn't go exactly the way you wanted it to go, rewrite the story.
What?
Rewrite the story. Make it the way you would have wanted it to, because then maybe that program will take place the next time.
That's almost like forgiving yourself, right? You know, the only person that you're going to compete with was you the day before. So if you're lucky to see another day, just be better. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay, Sherry Jackson, certified hypnotherapist here locally in Scottsdale, Arizona, but she does telemedicine and a free consultation. Please reach out to her. I know that I am, and we've got a few people already that was super excited about her coming on the show that want to partake in her services. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Nancy. This has just been so fabulous. It just flew by.
I told you so quickly. So listen, everyone. This is bringing an end to season 1 of Dr. Nancy Knows, and season 2 is going to take place in May. Dr. Nancy Knows is moving to a television network, and I'm a little saddened because I will no longer be with EMR, but they're going to always be my family, and I know that they'll be watching me there as well. I will be moving to Star Worldwide Networks, and in May they're creating a set for me, and I'll come back in May with season 2 with power packed full of experts in their guests that are experts in their field of industry, and surprise celebrities as well. We're going to be talking about many diverse topics, just as we have always done. And you know, here at Dr. Nancy Knows, it's all about motivating, inspiring, instilling hope, and sharing the love. And I hope you get that and you feel that each time I come on. Each time you view one of my shows, my guest, we have a common theme here. It's, you know, aligning yourself with individuals that are like-minded, that want to change their landscape, that want to impact individuals' lives in a meaningful way. Leading by example, being the change you wish to see, right? Not letting fear paralyze you, but stepping out, one foot in front of the other, on faith. That's blinded. That takes a lot of courage. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is painful, but you can do it because you will discover gifts that you didn't even know you had. And individuals, because of all that positive energy and your affirming, speaking great things in your life, visualizing, taking deep breaths, individuals will fall out of the sky and just say, hey, how may I be of service to you? People that are critical to your success, if you just believe you can, You can. She believed she did, and she did. Remember, it's not only what Dr. Nancy knows, it's who she knows. I love you all. Keep watching. Bye for now.
Optimal health requires you to perform at your peak potential. Start today. Be the change you wish to see in the world. This was Dr. Nancy Knows. Thank you for connecting. We're waiting for you on our next broadcast here at EMR, E Motion Radio.